Have you ever noticed how your body feels the exact moment you get a stressful email or a piece of bad news? Your heart starts to beat a little faster. Your breathing becomes shallow. Perhaps your shoulders tighten and lift toward your ears. It is a very strange feeling because even though there is no physical monster chasing you, your brain is convinced that you are in great danger. We live in a world where our minds are constantly being pulled in 1,000 directions. We have deadlines at work and chores at home and a constant stream of information coming from our phones. This creates a state of high alert that never seems to turn off. Many of us spend our whole lives waiting for the weekend or for a vacation to finally feel calm. We assume that peace is something we have to go out and find in a quiet forest or on a faraway beach. But what if the ability to turn off that alarm is already inside of you? What if you are carrying the tools for peace right in the palm of your hand every single day? To understand how we can change our state of mind, we have to look at the surface concept of stress management. Usually, when we feel overwhelmed, we are told to think positive thoughts. We are told to meditate for an hour or to change our entire lifestyle. While those things are helpful, they often feel like big, heavy tasks that we do not have time for. This surface view suggests that stress is an emotional problem that requires a long and complicated solution. We think we have to talk through our problems or solve our financial worries before our bodies can relax. This perspective focuses only on the mind, but it ignores the very real and physical machinery of the human body. Our bodies and our brains are connected in a two-way street. When the brain is scared, the body tightens up. But we often forget that the opposite is also true. When we move the body in specific ways, we can send a message back to the brain that everything is actually okay. This brings us to a hidden assumption that most of us live with every day. We assume that our brains are the masters of our bodies. We believe that we cannot feel calm until our brains decide to stop worrying. We wait for the thoughts to change so that our bodies can finally rest. But the truth is that the brain is often just reacting to signals from our nervous system. There is a specific part of the brain called the amygdala which acts like a tiny security guard. Its only job is to look for threats. When it gets loud, it drowns out our ability to think clearly. We cannot just tell the amygdala to be quiet with logic. It does not speak the language of words. It speaks the language of physical signals. If we continue to wait for our thoughts to change first, we stay stuck in a loop of fear. We have to realize that we can use the body to hack the brain. We can bypass our stressful thoughts by going directly to the nerves and the muscles that control our sense of safety. If we look at the structural pattern of how our nervous system works, we see a balance between two different modes. One mode is for fighting or running away. The other mode is for resting and digesting. Most of us are stuck in the fight mode for too long. To shift back into a state of calm, we need to activate a very special part of our biology called the vagus nerve. This is the longest nerve in the body and it acts like a giant reset button. When this nerve is stimulated, it sends a powerful signal to the heart and the lungs to slow down. It tells the security guard in your brain that the monster has gone away. This structural shift is physical. It is like changing the gears on a bicycle. You do not have to think about it, you just have to do the physical action. We can see this pattern in how our eyes focus on things nearby and far away. When we are scared, our vision often gets narrow and fixed. By forcing our eyes to move and shift their focus, we are breaking the physical pattern of fear. This is not magic, it is simply how the human hardware is built to function. We can reframe our entire experience of a stressful day by seeing ourselves as the operators of a very complex machine. Instead of being victims of our emotions, we can become experts in our own biology. This new perspective allows us to be proactive. We do not have to wait for the stress to become unbearable before we do something about it. We can perform small acts of maintenance throughout the day. This reframing changes our relationship with stress. It is no longer a dark cloud hanging over us. It is just a physical signal that our system needs a quick reset. When we stop fighting the feeling and start working with the body, we regain our sense of power. We realize that we are never more than a few seconds away from a sense of calm, no matter how busy the world around us becomes. This is a very liberating way to live. Applying this to your daily life is incredibly simple because you can do these things anywhere. Think about the small movements you can make that no one else even notices. For example, there is a meaty part of your hand between your thumb and your forefinger. By simply massaging this spot with a little bit of pressure, you are interacting with your nervous system. You can do this under a desk during a difficult meeting or while you are standing in a long line at the grocery store. It is a quiet way to tell your body that you are safe. Another way to apply this is by playing with your vision. If you are staring at a computer screen for hours, your brain can start to feel trapped. Take a moment to look at your own finger right in front of your nose and then slowly move it away, focusing on it as it moves. This simple act of convergence and divergence helps to calm the fear center in your brain. It is like a short vacation for your nervous system. You can also use gentle touch on your face to tap into a sense of courage. Drawing a heart shape around your eyes and down to your chin might feel a little strange at first, but it stimulates the nerves that help you feel grounded. You can do this in a bathroom stall before a big presentation or in your car during a traffic jam. These are tiny habits that build a very strong foundation for your mental health. We can also deepen this practice by being more aware of our breathing and our posture as we move through the world. Every time you notice your shoulders rising, take it as a friendly reminder from your body to hit the reset button. The more you practice these small physical shifts, the more natural they become. You start to develop a toolkit that you can use at any moment. This is a form of self-care that does not cost any money and does not take up any extra time. It is about reclaiming the small gaps in your day and using them to nourish your spirit. We should remember that even the most successful and confident people feel stress. The difference is in how they respond to it. By using these physical hacks, you are training your brain to be more resilient. You are teaching yourself that you have the power to change how you feel. This creates a wonderful sense of freedom. You no longer have to be afraid of your own feelings because you know how to navigate through them. It is a journey of becoming more intimate with how your own body works. It is about treating yourself with kindness and patience. As you go through your week, try to notice the moments when your heart starts to race. Instead of getting angry at yourself for being stressed, smile and use one of your tools. Pinch the hand, focus your eyes, or draw that heart of courage on your face. Each time you do this, you are building a bridge back to your true self. You are choosing peace over panic. Over time, these small actions add up to a much calmer and more joyful life. You will find that you have more energy for the people you love and more focus for the work that matters. The world will still be messy and loud, but you will have a quiet center that no one can take away from you. This is the ultimate goal of working with your biology. It is not about escaping the world, it is about being able to stand in the middle of it with a calm heart and a clear mind. You are the master of your own internal landscape. You have the keys to your own peace. Every movement you make is a chance to tell your story in a new way. You can choose to tell a story of safety and strength. You can choose to believe that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. This is the true power of understanding the connection between the near and the far, the body and the mind, and the fear and the courage that live inside us all. If you could take just 60 seconds right now to physically signal to your brain that you are safe and supported, how much more clearly would you be able to see the very next step you need to take in your life?